start this series where I just drink my coffee and talk about what's on my mind, because I feel like in the morning my mind is really, really active. I'm a kind of person, I'm an introvert, so I really, really, really enjoy being by myself. Like, it's the thing that I love the most. When I'm around people, I just tend to shut down and I don't really talk to a lot of people. I get more shy. It's not that I'm shy, it's just that I don't want to waste my energy. And I know it sounds so fucked up, but I don't want to waste my energy talking about like nonsense or like small talk with just people in general. Like, I don't know. It might sound like I hate people, but I really kind of do. Just kidding. Just kidding. I don't want to offend anybody. But anyway, so where was I going with this? Oh yeah. So basically I just, I'm up, I'm having my cup of coffee every single morning. I get ready, then I get my cup of coffee, and it just really helps my thoughts like flow. I get my best ideas when I'm driving and drinking my cup of coffee, or if I'm sitting and it's always with a cup of coffee in my hand. Like, coffee is my hashtag addiction. Like, I cannot live without my coffee. If you were to tell me right now you live with your coffee or die without it, I would say kill me, because I do not want to live this life without a cup of coffee. Anyway, so we are currently we're currently in the process of moving two new roommates into the house. And it just dawned on me, because me living with people, I realized that people of all kinds of different cultures, living with people of all kinds of different cultures has really, really made me appreciate people on all kinds of different levels. Like, the roommates that we have up here, one of them, he's a doctor back home. I'm not going to necessarily give a lot of info about them, because of course I don't want to disclose their information, but one of them's a doctor back home, and now he's going to be a med student here. So he's extremely smart. He is just really analytical, really intelligent. I love having intelligent talks with him. The other roommate, he works with children, and he is just has like this, not like a motherly feel, because I don't want to say that it's like a female role, but I mean, he works in a female dominant field and he's rocking it out. So we're really happy for him. He loves what he does, and he loves working with children. He's from the East Coast. And then, so the new people that we're having that are moving in, the two new roommates, one of them's a female, or a woman. Some people don't like the term female, whatever. One of them's a girl, and she is absolutely like the most motivated 21-year-old. Like, that's all I'm going to disclose about her. She's 21. She's going to school and she works 2 jobs. And let me tell you, she has a position in her job where she manages other people, and she's 21. And I mean, I just like couldn't sleep last night, and I just was thinking to myself how much opportunities are out in the world, and that you just have to be really hardworking. You have to be extremely focused. You have to be extremely motivated, and those things will come to you. Because if you wake up every morning and you think of what you focus on, like, let's say that you dream of having a bike, right? And I'm talking about like a motorcycle. And this is just like really petty, small, not a small goal, but like materialistic goal, I guess. But this, you can apply it with anything and everything. But like, let's say that you really want a motorcycle, right? And you start thinking about the color, you start thinking about the brand, about the motor. You really start just dreaming about this bike that you want day in and day out. You breathe, live, and think about this bike, but you don't have the means to get it. Somehow, some way, if you're actively just staying busy and working and trying to better yourself, somehow it just lands in your lap. And I mean, not just like, oh, one day you wake up and there's a freaking bike outside and it's yours now. But I mean, like, it might take 2 years, but you'll get that bike. If you think of it and if you find ways that you can afford it, it just comes. Like, the opportunities will open. Like, maybe someone will offer great financing, or maybe someone got in a pinch and now they can't afford the bike and they offer it to you, or just whatever it is. It's the fact that you're focusing on that, and somehow like opens up and it becomes yours. And I can't even tell you how often me and my partner have done that, where we literally will sit down and think day in and day out of our dreams. And it's, we always like take it like a dream that's obtainable at the moment. Like, we always keep making our dreams like bigger and bigger and bigger. But wherever we're at, there has to be like a sweet spot of growth. Like, I'm dreaming here and there's potential. Like, I can get that. It just takes a lot of work, but I know that I can get it. And there's like a growth spurt that needs to happen, but it's a sweet spot. It's not, the goal's not too high where I can't obtain it, like it's never gonna happen, and the goal's not too small that I'm bored. You know what I mean? Like, there's a sweet spot, and I feel like we really have found how to do that, and it's intuitive now. And I don't know if it's like something we've developed, but we have always listened to like motivational speakers. What's his name? I forget. He's an African American guy, and he has like an amazing voice, an amazing tone, and has great speeches. Les something, I can't remember. If you know who he is, put him down below. Anyway, so we always listen to motivational talks, motivational videos. We always take mentors who have more than we do. And anybody can be a mentor as long as they have something that you want. As long as you listen closely and intently and apply it to yourself, you can always grow. And I think we've really made that a part of our intuition. And I'm not knocking my boots like, oh yeah, we're so fucking perfect. Like, we're so intuitive. That's not what I mean to say. It's more like we got this flow going. And I don't know how long that flow will last, but I think it's all up here. It's all up here. And me and my partner we both have different kind of backgrounds, and he had his struggles growing up. I had my struggles growing up. And from those things, like, we didn't let those labels define us. And we have grown with each other, and we have gotten in this flow where we think what we want, and we focus on that day in and day out, and then we obtain it. And it doesn't happen just like really structured. It happens very organic and natural. Like, all of a sudden we're sitting in our little ranch home with a basement, a nice backyard, and a nice front yard, and 2 husky dogs. And I can't even explain to you how much we dreamt of that specific image. Like, that specific image, like, this home was very specific. Like, we thought it day in and day out until we got it. And if I tell you like a quick little story about the home that we're in, 2 years prior, me and my partner were literally, it was more him. He kept telling me like, I really want a ranch home. A ranch home means it's just one level. It's not a 2-story, it's a 1 level. And sometimes it has a basement, sometimes it doesn't. He's like, I want a brick ranch home with a basement. Okay, he said with a basement, a nice front yard, and a really big backyard. And I just was like, okay, Nelson, like, sure. Or okay, Patna, like, sure. And it wasn't until he talked about it so much that he got me on board. And I will tell you, I came from a family that really didn't dream much. I'm not gonna knock my whole family, but I feel like I came from poverty, and we like dreaming was just like, I would always dream, but I felt like those dreams would never happen because I ended up just settling for whatever because I didn't have much growing up. So when people would be like, what kind of home do you want? I'm just like, I just want to get out. Like, I just want to get out of this city. Like, what kind of car do you want? Like, I don't care. I just want a car that runs well. And maybe some of you guys can relate to that, but when you come from so little, you can just manage with whatever, like whatever's better than the thing prior, you know what I mean? So when he would ask me like, what do you want? I'd just be like, I don't care. Like, as long as I'm not living with my mom and dad, like, I'm fine. I don't care. We'll find a way. We'll move up the ladder. That's my mentality. And he's like, I really want a small ranch home with a basement, front yard, and backyard. Okay. And he said brick. It was so crazy. Well, anyway, his sister knew that we began thinking about buying a home together. And just because we started focusing on it, again, we start focusing on it, we start thinking about it, we start driving around the neighborhood, looking at homes day in and day out, taking walks around neighborhoods, looking at homes that we like, dreaming of the home that we wanted. And naturally when people ask you, what are you guys doing? Like, oh, today we went around, we looked at this neighborhood for houses, and like you start to like breathe, live, and eat your dream every day, So his sister was like, she's a realtor. So she's like, oh, you guys are looking for a house. And we're like, yes, we are. Like, we're just starting, we're looking. And she's like, oh, well, that's great. I have a contact list, a contact person who you can attend her class, and you guys can possibly receive a certificate so that you guys can get a discount because you're first time home buyers. And we were like, all right, cool. And I didn't feel nowhere near ready for a home. Like, I had just graduated college. I was in my first year of working in my field, like barely, like I had like a month in my field, right? Or something like that. It was the very beginning of me working in a mental health facility. So anyway, so his sister was like, I know someone, go to this class, they're gonna give you a certificate. Got it, cool. We went to the class, the opportunity opened. The opportunity opened because we were dreaming of this. We went to the class, and let me tell you, from this class, I was like, there's no way we're gonna get a home in here to a year. Like, there's no way. If you've been through the homeowner process, you know that you need at least like 2 years in the same job, or like in the same job field. You need to make a certain amount of money to qualify for a home. You have to have good credit score, etc., etc., etc. Like, the stars have to be aligned for you to be a homeowner, right? It's not difficult, just means everything has to be aligned the right way. So we got our certificates. It was all good. It was all gravy. We put the certificates kind of, I left them on the desk, and I'm like, all right, cool. If it happens, it happens. Like, I'm just like roll with the flow type of person. My dude was like, oh yeah, we're gonna get this house. And I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. So anyway, from us dreaming this, all of a sudden the opportunity came. We leased with an option to buy our home. And what I mean by that is we were able to get this home from a private seller. We moved in, leasing it, and also rehabbing it, like fixing it ourselves. My partner, he is a contractor, and he's extremely hands-on. So everything that he did to the home, he basically did himself. And I helped little by little, but I am not hands-on. I didn't know what the heck I was doing. So anyway, so he fixed a lot of the home himself. Well, we leased, and then we finally bought. So we moved in February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. It took us 7 months to buy the home. So we got our ducks in order. I actually moved jobs when I got into the place, and it was exactly a year before. No. It was exactly like within the month that we closed on the house that the expiration date on the certificates from that class, from that first homeowner class that they gave us a certificate I told you guys about, it had an expiration date on it, and the expiration date was in 1 year. And like I said, I was not sure that we would get it. Well, when we closed on the house, it was exactly like a few days or a month before that certificate expired. Like, just think of how crazy that is. Like, we took this class and we didn't think. We were just like, whatever, but because you dream, you live, and you talk about your goals, and you move forward with what you need, somehow, some way it opens. And like, I can't even tell you. I hope that I can continue talking about things that we wanted in our life and that we made happen. And like I said, now it's just like a natural flow. It's just happening day in and day out. Like, we're thinking of the next move, and we're like living, breathing, and eating our goals and dreams, and they're just coming to us. And I really hope that this can inspire some of you to make the first move, or really start thinking and meditating, eating, breathing, living your dream every single day, and the opportunities will open. And when the opportunity comes, don't be afraid. Make sure that you grip that opportunity and you hold on to it and you take it. And you take that opportunity, because that's probably the best advice I can ever give anybody. The opportunity comes, take it. Take it. Don't be that person that makes excuses. You don't know how far you can get if you never take the opportunity. So please leave me your comments. Like this video. Subscribe if you haven't. Click the notification bell so that you will be notified of my future videos. And again, this is a coffee talk, and I hope to hear from you guys. Bye.